grace, it's not been long. I think May will be our 20th wedding anniversary. 20th wedding anniversary. But as you know, in Ghana, we got married in Ghana. That's when you do the traditional marriage. Well, I believe that is the real marriage. But we decided that we are not going to complete everything there. We have to come here. That time she was here, I was in Ghana. So we had a wedding anniversary here. But if we were to add the traditional one, that would be 22 years, right? Yes. So that's how far we've
That's
come.
where it is, yeah.
And recently, someone was saying, oh, you guys, you haven't faced any problems. You haven't faced issues. And
We laughed.
I smiled. Why? Because the reason why I smiled is because, one, they haven't seen the issues we had, that we had to work through. And then two, they are in a predicament, so they think that it cannot be solved. And I smiled because there's a solution for it. Where's your conversation from? And last time we were talking, myself and my brother were talking, we went to boys' school, and it was only boys. So we didn't even know how to relate to ladies when we met them. So when we have to go for a Christian fellowship and stuff, and there are ladies, some of us will be standing afar. Meanwhile, we wish we could talk. And I'm sure you can remember some of those times. Yeah. So you can ask your mom who I was. So they'll be having nice conversations. I wish I can go and stand there, but I don't know how to relate to the ladies. So it was tough, right? And so look at a person like me. I meet a nice lady, I show her picture to my mom, and after we did the traditional marriage, I went to visit my mom, and she said, I didn't think you would marry. Why did she say that? Because I had a lot of friends who would come home, and some of them even confided in my dad that they were interested, and my dad were encouraging them to pray. And they weren't seeing me talking to these ladies or saying anything to them. And the reason why my mom said was, our background is Catholic. And so she thought maybe I was going to be a Catholic priest. So, right, so I was that introvert that was tough to talk. But it should be easy to talk about things like that. If you did something at school, if you are an athlete, you can talk about your, athleticism. At least to show off a little bit to the lady. Or if it's a guy, to show off a little bit. Okay, I was doing something for school, right? And so, those are fun stuff that you can talk about, and then anyone hears it, it wouldn't be an issue for you. That's not when you share your intimate stuff. However, for those who are married, you go beyond that. You talk about your past experiences that were hurtful, experiences that were fun, experiences that you remember to laugh.
As we know, money is one of the top three sources of conflict in marriage. So you want to know from your potential partner their view on money. How, growing up, how did they view money? Was money an issue for them? Was this person a spender or a saver? How did they treat basically, what do you do with money? How, if I were to spend money, is that going to be a problem? He comes from a background where I think money was a bit tight, so it's kind of hard for him to release money out. It took him a while to kind of learn that, but it was hard for him to release money. And so in our family, obviously, he's the saver, I'm the spender. But at least I've gotten to a point where one thing that he'll ask, let's say we want to go and buy something. And I loathe this question. Do we have money in the account to buy it? Do we have money in the account to buy it?
In other words, have we budgeted?
Have we budgeted for, like he's a stickler for money. And that's because, again, that was the background growing up. If I know this and then there's an issue where money is concerned, I know where he's coming from, so that I know how to answer that. Then again, it will all make sense when it comes to conflict. But it's good to know how you view money so that it doesn't become an issue